Hello? Lola?
Hi.
Hi. I'm sorry. I just noticed that someone had got on. I was actually about to sign off. How are you today?
Good. Sorry, I saw you on, but I was expecting Hannah. So I wasn't sure if you were just another participant. I didn't say hi.
Oh, yeah. So I work with Hannah, and Hannah wasn't sure that anyone was getting on either. She was on a little while ago, and um, nobody was on. So she actually just said she's jumping on now. So how are you today?
Good. How are you? I'm not quite sure what this is. It just says insurance strategy. So sounded interesting. So I figure I would just get on.
Hello.
There's Hannah.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's happening?
Not much, just intrigued to hear about what this is and just kind of learned a little bit more about it.
Yeah. So have you been on any of our other trainings or calls?
No, yeah, I haven't been able to attend the other calls. I just had availability today, and so I figure I would just hop on, but I'm not sure um what it entails or anything like that.
Yeah. So basically what we've been doing is we've been training on how to use insurance to, help you accumulate wealth and pass wealth to your family. And so we've had a bunch of classes where we've just gone through different companies, different carriers, how it works. What is your experience with insurance?
Um, you mean like using from your policy and using that as your money to grow it? I have insurance, life policy, term policies for, you know, just to have it, but I've never used any of my policies as a source of income to fund anything. So again, that's kind of why I hopped on to see to kind of just hear what it was about. And
Yep.
if there was anything I can learn and implement.
Yeah. So you have one term insurance policy or you have cash value policies as well?
I don't know if I have or I have term policies. I don't know if those are considered cash value policy.
No. Where do you live?
I'm in California.
Oh, nice. Okay. So am I. Where in California?
In San Mateo County,
Okay. So you're up north.
Northern Cal. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you have term insurance and then what do you do for work?
I work, I have my own business. I'm a consultant for biotech pharmaceutical companies. I do clinical research development.
Oh, that's interesting. Amazing. So it's your own business, so you don't have insurance through work, so you just have your own term policy that you've purchased yourself.
Yes, at this point, yeah.
Okay. And then are you married? Do you have kids? What's your family
Yeah.
situation?
Yeah, I'm married and have a couple of kiddos.
Oh, nice. Okay. How many kids?
Two.
Okay. Boys, girls.
A boy and a girl.
Me too. All right.
Um,
Good. How
15
old?
and like a 7-year-old.
A 7-year-old and
15.
15. Okay. The 15-year-old's boy, girl.
Oh, boy, he's yeah, boy and then a girl.
All right. I have a 14-year-old girl and a 12-year-old boy, so I'm the opposite. Um, so and does your husband also have life insurance as well?
Yeah.
Also
And I
term?
think it's also term.
Okay. So that's pretty typical. Most people understand insurance as being, death insurance. As you buy life insurance, and if you pass away, then it pays out a
Right.
death benefit. And so there's a whole other world of different types of insurance policies that rather than having it temporarily cover you, you can have it permanently cover you. And so you can have it, essentially for your entire life. You've probably heard terms like whole life before, correct?
Yeah, life insurance. Yeah.
Right. So whole life is a policy that was started basically to have insurance for your whole life. And then they've created other versions of these types of policies because are you still there, by the way? I see that you're muted.
Yes, I am. Sorry, I'm having some crackers. So
Okay.
I'm muting myself, but I'm listening. Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Um, so with whole life insurance, they have it's like a built-in savings account in the policy. And there are certain tax benefits that you have with that money because it grows with a rate of return and it's tax advantaged because it's in the insurance policy. And so newer versions of these policies have come out realizing that there are a lot of benefits to actually having money inside of a policy. So, what we've been training on is the different types of policies that exist and how you can build one of these to not only cover you for insurance purposes, but to also, build up, you know, money internally. Um, so Brett, if do you want to maybe share your screen and show her like an illustration and just show her how the product works?
Sure. I can definitely do that.
Okay.
So Lola, how much coverage do you have right now with the term policy?
For mine is, I think it's 2 million.
Okay. So you
Um,
have a two, go ahead.
yeah. And I think my husband is the same or maybe a slightly more.
Okay. And do you know what the premiums are that you're paying for that?
I don't recall off the top of my head. We had them for a while. Yeah, I don't recall the cost. Sorry. My cracker's coming back to me without having water. Sorry. My breakfast here. Um,
Do you know what the term was? Is it like a 10-year, 20-year, 30-year? And how?
I think it was um, I, um, I think actually my husband has like a two combined actually. Um, Maybe like two, like it's an aggregate, I think, for his. Like maybe like 500 or one and one, and might be one is like a 30 years, one is a 20-year. I
Mhm.
can't remember the terms, but I want to say maybe for his it wasn't 100% like a 30-year term, or both terms were not the same. Um,
Okay. Do you know what company you're using?
um I want to say it's called Principles or something along
Yep.
those lines.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So yeah, let's show you what a $2 million policy would look like.
How old are you?
42.
Okay.
Do you guys know if any of these meetings that have been had, are they posted in our like the
Yep.
accelerator thing?
Are. Yep.
Okay, awesome. I'll just go back and kind of go through it.
Yeah, it's a lot more details. We've been doing, so we're actually going to do another mastermind in about 2 weeks. And so we're going to start the whole series all over again. But we wanted to
Okay.
just make sure to jump on today in case anyone was coming on. But we're going to be restarting the whole series again.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
Hannah, did you just want me to set it up on target premium or how did you want?
I would probably go minimum face, maximum fund. But you could show her the target first and then show her how the product works by showing minimum face, maximum fund.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do minimum face if I'm putting in 2 million. If you wanted it just to be a $2 million face. But okay, so can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so and these numbers you can definitely play with, but what I did here is I just want to show you how the products kind of work. So I started out with $2 million in insurance. And how you should look at this chart is over here is the year. So year one of the policy, your age, and then the actual premium. So this one, let me, oops, oops. This one has it actually at $2,000 a month. And the reason for that is because this one's building cash value as well. So at the end of year one, you've paid 25,560 and you have $19,463 in your policy value. And as you see, this number here, the policy value, is actually accumulating every year, and it's accumulating tax deferred for eventual tax-free distributions. So what I did was I had it to where you paid premiums until you're 65. And I mean, this number, I just chose a random 65. You can set it up however you want. This software is literally just illustrating whatever numbers you're actually putting in, but you can put in whatever works best. But as you see here at age 65, you stop paying. This is what you put in total, but then here is what you have in tax-free accumulation. So, and then as you can see, you no longer are paying here. You stopped paying, but the accumulation is still growing. And if we go even to, whoops, sorry. Trying to hit the right buttons. But if we go down the page, you can see that even though you're no longer putting in, you still have the death benefit. It accumulated actually 2.9 million. The premiums are zero still, but then the cash value is actually still accumulating. And this is all money that it's designed to be used while you're living. And this is all tax-free accumulation. Does that make sense? Does that explanation, is that clear?
Yeah, I mean, I understand about this aspect of it, but as far as like
Yes, ma'am.
for, I mean, what would be, can you show me more with like maybe $1 million? Because putting in $2,500 every
Absolutely.
month, I can probably put that into different form of investments. Like I can loan my money and
And
make
so you can loan your money on this too, and you loan and here you loan it
right,
and
but I can loan my money from the beginning and put that into like my self-directed IRA, and
sure.
I'm not paying a premium. like an insurance premium. So I'm trying to see how that would be. This would be like a more beneficial thing than what I'm already doing.
Yeah, Hannah, you want to answer that? Or you want me to?
Go ahead.
So I did it. I did it. I did it with just 1 million, and I want to show you here. So, if we do just 1 million, well, we started out at 1 million, and I put it as increasing. This one has it right at a little over $1,000 a month. So about half. At the end of year one, you have the 9,000. Now, the difference in here and a regular IRA is you still have on both of them, you have the tax deferred accumulation. But one, you don't have the same limitations on what you can put into this one. You can put in as much as you want, well, within the parameters of the plan. But then also the distributions are going to be completely tax-free here. And obviously you're paying taxes on your IRA. So that's really
No,
the differences. I'm sorry.
no, I'm asking like I have self-directed IRAs
Yes,
where
ma'am.
I have like already tax deferred account before I transfer them into self-directed. So the money that I have in there, I am lending it out at a higher percentage rate of 7%. So I'm accruing more value and it's still tax deferred. So
So and that there I see where the difference is. So this 7% here, this is just for illustration.
I
Uh,
understand that. Yeah, it just kind of depends on the market, right?
correct, right. And
Correct.
the
Brett,
biggest
why don't you pull it up and show her the actual historical rates? You want to just go up?
yeah, and I also want to say another benefit of this is one, you are actually tracking the S&P or whatever market so you're going to get the growth of that. It's just showing you 7% because that's all they actually allow us to. But with your IRA, and I don't forget what page it's on, Hannah, but with your IRA, if the market drops, you lose money. Here, you have an absolute floor, so you can never lose in this one. So if the market drops in this particular product, they actually guarantee 0.75. So even if the market goes down to 30% in your IRA, you'd lose 30%. The market goes down 30% here, you'd still gain 0.75. Now, here are the cap rates. So if the S&P goes up to 12%, you get the 12%. If the market goes down 30%, you get 0.75. So that's kind of the differences. I completely understand exactly what you're saying, and I'm not trying to discount what you're saying by any means, because you're absolutely right that the IRA being in the market, you can get higher gains, but you don't have that downside protection that this does, and that's really the big difference, if that makes sense.
And also,
Yeah.
this is a life insurance contract, and so this gives you life insurance for your entire life, and you can access the money in it and borrow against it, put it back in, and be able to build. Again, it's a safety bucket. So you'll have like your high risk buckets, and then you have your safe buckets. We go down, go start, stop, go back the other way, go back, go back. Okay, there you go. So this is the historicals of the accounts. So you can go back and look at every single year and how it averages out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at the S&P, right, then they're showing you what the S&P did like in 2004, 2005, right? And then you can see exactly like even in 2018, S&P was down -7, you would have made 0.75, right? 2008, it went down 38%, 0.75. So essentially what it's showing you, like if you look at the 25-year average, the S&P did 5.5, this did 7.45. 20-year average 7.52, this one did 8.05. The 15-year average
right now the S&P is higher, and same with the 10-year and the 5-year, but because the S&P has just been absolutely on a tear. But just remember, when the market then comes back down, you have that protection. So if you're directly in the S&P, then you're, again, you're taking the highs on the highs, the lows on the lows. This is something that just can never ever go down. So it's just
Yeah,
it's a nice thing to have as an addition.
yeah, no, I'm saying I I have my money in a self-directed IRA, so I'm not in the market. I'm in like real estate, and other things where investment is more than 7%. It's usually more like 12 to 30%.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Good for
So
you.
so that's I'm not sure if this would be the plan for me to like um do. Maybe I'll just continue with self-directed uh and lending my money as an in real estate or
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
absolutely. I mean, if you're doing real estate, I mean, this is also again, as you're building cash value in here,
Mhm.
you can also borrow it out from here and then buy real
Put it
estate.
in
That's
there.
and put it into real estate as well. So this is just another bucket of, again, it's a life insurance policy. Oh, it
Mhm.
also has a long-term care rider on it as well. It's permanent. You'll always have the coverage. So it's a totally different animal than the term insurance. The term insurance is strictly just for coverage.
Mhm.
This is something that's going to have permanent coverage so that you never run out of insurance, right? And also the availability to use this money to then do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, yeah. Funnel this into further investments.
Right.
Precisely.
Right.
So after I uh so after certain years, I think he was saying that you stop paying a premium. But if you I think we did, I don't remember when it stopped accruing or you're paying into the premium. And then from there on forward, there isn't any premium that you pay after 30 years or whatever the whenever it stopped payment. I think it was maybe on the it was for the two, but yeah, like let's say on this one you stop monthly or annual, whatever, whichever way you do it, but you stop paying into a premium at, let's say, was it 30 years? When do you stop on this one?
I illustrated it to where you stop paying after 23 years at age 65, but you can change it to whatever you want. I just chose numbers. It's a very flexible thing to where the illustration only illustrates what we tell it to. So I put it at age 65 and age or year 23 for you is how it's set up currently. You see here where it says age 66, zero
Yeah,
premium, zero
zero.
premium.
Yeah. So after 20, so the 24th year, I wouldn't have any premium payments from there on, but how long after that do I maintain the policy after those? And I understand that that is the difference, but this is whole life. What I have is term, but after that 24th year or 24th year on, um, and let's say I live a very long life
So
besides
this
outside.
one's this one's illustrated all the way until your age 121.
Okay.
So
So
you're
after that
70.
23rd year, there wouldn't be any payments.
Correct. You're not paying any. Now there is still a cost of insurance. I want to be very transparent. There is still cost of insurance. However, that is actually coming out
The
of
policy
this
itself.
at this point.
Mm-hmm. Of
Yeah.
the
So
accrual.
you no longer are have any expenditures to where you're sending the insurance company money, but there are still costs, and there are still some fees. They are pretty nominal at that point, but they do come out of this section here. Does that answer your question? Am I hearing you right on what you're asking?
Yeah, so yeah, I was just wondering how you receive payment, or what fees would be associated with me not paying a monthly fee, but there'll be there is an expense that is just taken out from that value that I
Yes, ma'am.
had
Precisely.
accrued before previously.
Yes, ma'am. And so as when it comes to actual policy loans, um, so you like it's just the one in front of me, so I'm going to choose right here
Okay.
at 107. Okay. Now you can do this at any year that this column has money, but
Right.
since it's in front of me, I'm using this one.
Mhm.
4.5 million is what it's illustrated at. That's assuming that it only ever has 7%, but those are the numbers we're going off of. You can actually take 90% of this completely tax-free, okay? And you can go live whatever life you want. You can put that in real estate, you can invest it and make money off of that, or you can go on a year-long vacation, whatever it is that you want. You can take 90% of this. The 10% that's remaining is designed to keep funding the policy for the rest of your life. Okay. That's why they only allow you to take 90, is because that 10% is supposed to stay in there, keep accumulating, and fund the policy. Now, if you take 90% of this, you have the ability, I'm just going to call it 4 million. I'm not actually doing the math, but you have the ability to take that 4 million, go buy whatever you want, whether it be an asset or a liability. And you can pay it back if you would like. And if you pay it back, then your beneficiaries are going to get this full number here. If you choose to go live your best life and never pay it back, that's perfectly fine. When you do pass, your beneficiaries will get this number minus
The difference.
whatever is still outstanding.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. And what was, can you go up a little bit more, please? Oh, so you mentioned that you did 23 years, but if we had it, obviously the monthly payment would change. Like, let's say if I said like, oh, can you play around with doing 26 years, then the monthly premium would go
Yes, ma'am.
down. And I know the accrual, the way that the value of the accrual would
Will
also
change
go
as well.
down.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
That would also change. Do you want to see different numbers? Like I currently have it at 65, but is there a different year that you would like it to stop and we can run those numbers?
I think I would want to maybe think about it offline and just kind of come back to you with like maybe some projections, or
Sure.
with some potential timeframes and stuff like that, and seeing how that would look in a projection.
Yeah. Just for fun right now so that you can have a little bit more knowledge to think about it offline. Do you want me to just change the numbers in any way right now just so you can see it, or is this enough information for you?
Let's see. So we did 23. What if we did, oh, sorry. If
No.
I wanted to pay like a premium, okay, sorry.
Like a lump sum?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me
Um,
what numbers you're thinking, and it's a super simple change to change whatever it is that you want.
but are
Just
there any penalties, like if I wanted to pay like a premium like in a lump sum, like either like make a payment, and maybe this is for like housing, but are there any penalties like if I chose to pay my premium like 2 years, uh make a 2-year payment in 1 year kind of thing? Are
So
there?
I think I understand what you're asking, and let me answer how I think what you're asking, and then correct me if I'm wrong, okay?
Thank you.
So I want to show you two things. One, um, this product that we're looking at is called an IUL, okay?
Mhm.
And what IUL stands for is the I is indexed, the U is universal.
Oh,
And what universal means in life insurance is flexible premium, okay? So why I say that is because I wanted to come up to this page. Nope, sorry, this page, and show you the actual ability in this, where your payment ranges go. Okay. So we have it set up to where you're initially paying 1,065 a month.
mhm,
However, you can go all the way down to 532.50 and still keep the policy in force. Okay. Now you can also go up to this number down here. Up, and it's, oh, there it is. Yeah. Um, guideline annual. So this number. So
sorry. Okay, left side.
it might, yeah, it's a little small.
No, no worries.
So 44,000, 430 divided by 12. So that's 3,702. So what that means, hang on, let me expand this a little bit more again. What that means is this policy allows you to pay from the 532 minimum to maximum
At the 44 divided
37
by 12.
3702 max. Yep.
Uh-huh.
A
Okay.
month. Okay. So you have, that's your range on this policy. And I think that's the question you're
Yeah.
asking, is if you were
Mm-hmm.
wanting to put in more, you absolutely can. You can put up to 44, whatever on this, all the way down to 532 a month. So like 6,000-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the flexibility, and that's the universal part of this policy.
And really the more you put in monthly, then faster you would accrue to that
Yeah.
total 23-year coverage, if that was a term that, not term, but the numeric value that would determine for being whole for me.
Yeah. So let me show you here. So if we were to max fund this policy, not change the fees in any way, just max fund it. This is what it actually looks like, max funded. So you see how the cash accumulation, so nothing changed on this policy except for the premium here. You're putting in more, but then also the cash value and the accumulation. So now you have $2 million in tax-free money by the time you stop paying.
Mm-hmm.
And but the fees, everything else, we didn't change anything else on the policy. It's just you're now paying a whole lot more towards your cash value. And that's going to accumulate. We're only illustrating it at 7%, but
Yeah,
it's
no, I understand
accumulating at
that.
whatever the market does.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was helpful. Can I get this
Of
thing,
course.
the one, and even the 2 mil one, I just kind of would wanna talk it over and just kind of play around with the numbers on my end before I come back to you guys and kind of
What would be helpful for me to send you? What would benefit you the most?
Um, this projection breakdown kind of thing. Not necessarily this one, maybe the 1 and 2 that we did earlier, and both of those were using that 23 years
They were.
funding
Yeah.
period.
So let's do this. So this is the one that we were showing you with 1 million. Okay. So that's the 12,780 a year, all the way down to 532, but up to 44. So I will save this one. And then we can change it to the 2 million. I mean, yeah, no, okay.
And also, sorry,
No, you're fine. Please
as
ask
far
away.
as technically, can I I guess it doesn't, I can technically I can pay it through my business, but it doesn't matter to you whether can this be a benefit of a business or
Yeah,
it would
yeah.
just,
So
okay,
so there's several different ways you can structure it to where your business pays for it. The best is probably what's called an executive bonus. And why I say that's the best is because it's still your policy, meaning you can designate whoever you want as the beneficiary. Most business structured ones, the business is the beneficiary. But you could have your husband, your kids, whoever you want on an executive bonus. And how that works is the business pays for the premiums
all right,
itself. It is a tax write-off for the business,
right.
usually at 21% tax write-off for the business. It does show up as a bonus for you on your taxes, though. So it is taxable towards you. Now the IRS does allow to structure it as what's called a double bonus, to where the business actually pays your taxes as well. So you can have that too. So then at that point, it's a write-off for the business. It's no additional tax liability for you personally. You still get the tax-free accumulation growth that you personally can use, and then you can designate whoever you want for the beneficiary, your kids, your family, your whatever. So there are several different ways that you can structure it to where it's a massive benefit for you and your business, because the business does get the tax write-off for the
Right.
bonus itself. You get the tax-free accumulation, growth, and you have full access to the cash value, and then
Mm-hmm.
your beneficiaries get whatever they have there.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question? I hope I understood it correctly.
Yeah, no, that that makes sense. This has been helpful, because I can definitely, when I have a meeting with my accountant next week for just my tax preparation and stuff like that, then I can also um, get his blessing from a from a CPA.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would always tell you to do that. Uh,
Yeah.
consult with them and make sure they're in agreement for this being a benefit to your ultimate plan. And if myself or Hannah, because CPAs don't really do this either, so if they have questions and any clarification, we'll certainly answer anything that they want and show them reasons for it. Help in any way is what we're saying. But yes, I absolutely agree with consult them first. So this one's the 2 million face. And then I'll also save the 1 million face. Uh, mhm. And then if you would like for me to email these both to you, I certainly will right this
Yeah.
moment. Wonderful.
Do you guys have access to my email, or should I put it here in the chat?
You can either put it in the chat or you can just tell me.
Oh, okay. It's PJMUSCIO@gmail.
Hmm.
Yep.
Did I spell all that correctly?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So scroll down a little bit.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll look into it. I'll go through a couple of the sessions that you guys done in the past just to see if there were any maybe questions that I have post meeting you guys or post chatting with you, and um
We would love to answer any questions that you have, add any value that we can, even if it's just, you want to just ask more questions that for clarity and
right.
we're here to help you. That's the main goal of these sessions, is just to add value and knowledge to anyone who wants it.
Thank you. No, I don't have any questions right now. I just, as I go through it, or play with any potential numbers, years and stuff like that, um, I'll go through a couple of the sessions that you guys recorded to see if those questions are answered there, and if not, then I'll bug you guys and send you an email and just
Please do. Yeah,
pick your brain and
you have my email there. You have full access to write myself and Hannah, and we're here to help you with literally anything you need.
Absolutely.
thank you. I definitely, this was helpful, and
Good.
it got you both to myself. So I feel like I got like what are those things called when I was a
Exclusivity.
Cliff Notes version
Oh,
of this insurance all to myself.
wonderful.
Like so it was worked out for me perfectly.
I love it. I
Good.
love it. Well, yeah, you have that email. Look it over. Speak with your accountant. Any questions that you all have, please let us know, because we would love to help in any way we can.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. And you guys have a beautiful rest of your day.
Same to
You
you.
too.
Bye.
All
Ciao.
right. Bye.